Where is Aaron right now?
Aaron right here. Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It was revealed this week that the prosecution intends to call Lisa Marie Presley as a witness to testify in the criminal trial against Danny Masterson that starts next week on Tuesday, October 11th. Danny Masterson, who most people know from the TV show That 70s Show, was born and raised a Scientologist. Lisa Marie Presley herself was raised as a Scientologist. I believe she was a young child, younger than 10 years old, when her mother Priscilla was introduced to Scientology by John Travolta. Many people know that Scientology has an organization in Hollywood called the Celebrity Center, or CC for short. And for the young Scientology Hollywood crowd, CC tends to be a social gathering spot. And the Scientologists who take courses at CC, well, they all kind of know each other. And the bigger of a celebrity you are in Scientology, the more the Celebrity Center is involved in your professional and your personal life. At the Celebrity Center, there's a special department called the President's Office. And if you're a bona fide, legitimate celebrity, the President's Office is your port of call. You don't have to be an actual celebrity to do courses at the Celebrity Center. You do have to be an actual celebrity to be involved with the President's Office. The President's Office and its staff are there to help and assist celebrities. They're also there to help shield and protect the celebrities. So what exactly is Lisa Marie Presley's role in the Danny Masterson case? How does she fit into this whole puzzle? In order to understand that, it's just first necessary to understand how all of the celebrities in Scientology, particularly the younger crowd, they do form like this loose affiliation, this network of individuals who all kind of revolve around the President's Office. And right in the center of the President's Office, you have the President herself, her staff, and you also have the largest celebrities in Scientology themselves kind of hold a lot of authority within the world of the President's Office. Lisa Marie Presley always has been one of the biggest names in Scientology and one of the people who has the most weight to throw around. And within her friend group, she was very well known for writing reports on any one of her friends who had violated any of Scientology's rules, had acted in a way unbecoming of a Scientologist, setting a bad example. Basically, Lisa Marie was known to be a pretty big narc for Scientology with respect to anyone in her friend group. Now, I say that in a way where, people are likely to perceive that negatively, but understand that in the world of Scientology, that is actually perceived very positively. It is very expected of Scientologists that individual group members are the ones policing each other. That is part of what it means to be a good Scientologist, and Lisa Marie Presley was, without question, a good Scientologist. Not only that, Lisa Marie Presley was in a long-term relationship with the son of the president of the Celebrity Center. The president of CC was Susan Watson. Her son is Luke Watson. Lisa Marie Presley was in a long-term live-in relationship with Luke, and even after they broke up, they remained close. So you have Lisa Marie with her status in the president's office of just being one of the biggest celebrities in Scientology. Plus, you have the fact that she's had this very close, intimate relationship with the president's own son. What Lisa Marie wants, Lisa Marie gets. She's like, in that respect, she's like a mini Tom Cruise. I mean, I guess Tom Cruise is already kind of a mini Tom Cruise, but you know what I mean. Now, in the preliminary hearing for this criminal trial, one of Danny Masterson's victims made reference to Lisa Marie and also to Luke Watson. Here's what she said as reported on the Underground Bunker blog. It says, during her testimony at the preliminary hearing last year, the alleged victim, known as Jane Doe 1, referred multiple times to Lisa as a friend. We have now determined that this was in fact a reference to Lisa Marie Presley. My friend Lisa had someone named Luke who lived and worked with her, who was close to Danny, Luke Watson. Watson and Presley dated briefly in 98-99, and they were part of an extended Scientologist clique that included Masterson and Jane Doe 1. Jane Doe 1 testified that the night of her attack in 2003, after she felt suspiciously intoxicated from a drink, Watson and Masterson argued over what to do with her as she began saying she needed to throw up. It's better that I do it, really, Watson told Masterson. Masterson said something that implied Watson understood what might be at stake. Oh my God, dude, she's my homie. I would never, Masterson said, according to Jane Doe 1's testimony. She said that Masterson then led Jane Doe 1 upstairs, and it was after that moment that the attack occurred. So Luke Watson, the son of the president of the Celebrity Center, and someone who was very close with Lisa Marie Presley, was literally the last person to interact with Danny's victim before the attack occurred. And the interaction was even centered around possibly preventing such an attack from occurring in the first place. Now, I gotta be honest, on some level, I'm not even sure I understand what the strategy of Masterson's defense team is going to be here. It seems implausible that the strategy is going to deny that these attacks actually occurred when there are so many Scientologists who were involved in the periphery of these attacks and involved in the aftermath of these attacks. When you consider the fact that Scientologists all have to, as a matter of Scientology policy, document all such things in writing. When you have Scientology public celebrities involved, when you have Sea Organization members involved, you have President's Office staff involved, the very idea that they're going to try to deny any of this occurred in the first place just seems kind of mind-boggling to me. Jane Doe 1's testimony about this continued on. She said, "When I first came to, Danny was saying, 'I'll tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to tell Paige, you're not going to tell Lisa, you're not going to tell anybody.'" Now, based on the fact that Danny felt it was necessary to tell his victim that she was not to tell Lisa Marie Presley about what happened, I think it's fair to say that the victim probably immediately told Lisa Marie Presley about what happened. And that brings us back to what I just said about Lisa having a reputation for being a pretty strenuous advocate for justice within her friend group. Lisa was energetic about reporting violations of Scientology's expectations, their ethics and justice policies. And she was a pretty strong advocate for demanding that the right thing be done to correct various wrongs. And we actually see a glimpse of this much later on when David Miscavige's father, Ronnie Miscavige Sr., escaped from Scientology, and things really came to a head when David Miscavige told his siblings, his two sisters particularly, to have no contact with their father, Ronnie Sr. And Lisa Marie Presley got involved in that, even though really that was none of her business. This story goes to show how Lisa Marie Presley sort of, when it comes to Scientology and insisting that things be done right, Lisa has a habit of making things her business. And Lisa Marie Presley actually demanded to have a meeting with David Miscavige personally at the Celebrity Center to tell him just how disgusted she was that Miscavige would meddle in the relationship between Ronnie Sr. and his daughters. And Miscavige didn't agree to that meeting, but instead he sent his sisters to that meeting, who proceeded to scream at Lisa Marie Presley and tell her how out of control she was, and to feed her a bunch of lies about Ronnie Sr. and what a horrible father he had been. And that was the beginning of Lisa Marie Presley's own route out of Scientology. Now, if we sort of use that as kind of a lesson or a benchmark for how far Lisa Marie will go to demand justice, what she considers to be justice within the world of Scientology, you can maybe start to get a sense of just how involved Lisa Marie Presley may have been in demanding that something be done about what Danny Masterson had done to one of her friends. So if the prosecution gets Lisa Marie on the stand, of course they can't ask her to testify, I'm assuming. You guys let me know. You legal experts, let me know in the comments down below. I'm assuming they can't ask her to testify about what did the victim say to you about this, what did the victim say to you about that. But I believe they could ask her to testify about everything she personally did with that information to demand justice within the president's office, within the Celebrity Center. I'm assuming she may be able to testify about conversations she had with the president of the Celebrity Center herself, Susan Watson. And the reason all of this would be relevant to the trial is because a large part of the trial is demonstrating just how and why Scientology prevented these victims from going to the authorities much sooner than they ended up doing. Danny Masterson is the one on trial here, but the Celebrity Center and Scientology and its Sea Org members are going to be just as much under the microscope in various ways here as Danny Masterson himself is going to be. Now, here's a bit of a wild card that I haven't heard anyone else mention yet, and that is the fact that during Lisa Marie's most recent divorce, she was in a lot of trouble. Her husband, that she was divorcing at that time, was seeking full custody of the children. Lisa Marie's life was in complete turmoil, and she had a lot of things going on that would have made it particularly easy for her husband that she was divorcing to get full custody of the kids. And in a time of weakness and desperation and panic, everyone I know who knows Lisa Marie, because I never met her personally, I don't know her, has told me that she went back to Scientology. She went back to do her purification rundown. She went back to get clean and to get off drugs, to try to get her life put back together so that she would not lose custody of her children. And everyone I know in the LA area who's in Lisa Marie's, large network of contacts, there was a point when they stopped hearing from Lisa Marie. This is when she went back to Scientology. And the people that I'm in touch with have never heard from her since. To the best of my knowledge, and understand it's all hearsay, I'm not swearing any of this is true, it seems that she agreed to kind of keep her mouth shut about all the Scientology stuff and not to connect back up with all these people that Scientology considers to be bad people. So, in some respects, someone might say, oh my God, it looks like Lisa Marie's a Scientologist again, or she's under their control, or they've got their hooks in her. And that really may or may not be true. But even if you want to say that about her, I think you also have to say she still has this probably streak for wanting justice. And even if maybe she's a little sympathetic to the Scientology cause right now, I hope she's not. I'm not saying that she is. But even if she were, at this time that the Danny Masterson stuff was going on, I think we can be reasonably sure that Lisa Marie Presley was probably on a war path to insist that something effective be done about what Danny did. And even if Scientology has its hooks into Lisa Marie right now, I don't believe that if the prosecution gets Lisa Marie on the stand, I don't believe for 1 second that she's going to lie to protect Scientology. And I choose to believe that she wants to tell the truth. And I hope to God she actually gets called. Just because she's on the witness list doesn't mean she will definitely be called to testify. But there's only about, I think, 31 people on the witness list. It's not a very long list. Lisa Marie Presley testifying, pulling back the curtains on everything Scientology did to protect Danny, to silence the victims. If that occurs, that will be a bad, bad day for Danny Masterson, for David Miscavige, for Scientology. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm hoping for that day. Another date to put on your calendar, November 17th. There is a hearing in a separate lawsuit, a civil lawsuit against Scientology, against David Miscavige. It's going to be here in Tampa. It's in the labor trafficking lawsuit brought by 3 former Australian Scientologists who say they were trafficked for labor as children on Scientology's ship, the Freewinds. So on November 17th, there will be a hearing regarding this case, regarding the enforceability of Scientology's arbitration contracts. I will be present in the courtroom. For now, I'm just going to assume that there won't be cameras there, but I'll get all the information that I can and I'll let you guys know what happens. So stay tuned for that and much, much more. That's all I got for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.